What is up? Karol here with Tmile. What I want to show you today is how to display multiple RSS feeds on one page. In WordPress, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be real simple. Let's check it out. Alright, and here we are. So this is my website, and as always, I don't have many things installed on it yet, but what I want to do is showcase those RSS feeds. So what do I need to achieve it? First of all, I'm gonna need a free plugin called Feedzy RSS. So it has a couple of cool functionalities, and it goes way above just allowing you to showcase an RSS feed on your site. You can actually publish items from RSS directly as WordPress posts. But I showed you that in a different video, so check it out. And for this one, let's just focus on showcasing multiple feeds on one page. So pretty simple to get started with. Just go into Add Plugin, and in here, look for Feedzy. Yeah, this is the one. Just install, activate it. I already have it active, so I can go straight into the Feedzy panel. And in here, let's go into Feed Groups. And Groups is how we're gonna join different feeds into one stream and then display that somewhere on our site. It can be a page, a post, whatever. So what I need to do is, first step, create a group and then indicate the feeds that I want to display. So I need an example, and it just so happens we're in the middle of NBA finals. I have a t-shirt to match, so I'm gonna pick some NBA related feeds and then add those to my site. So I already found 3 of them actually. So all I need to do is just copy and paste them here into this field. Let's separate using commas. So that's one, that's another one, and here we have the third one. Let's just call it NBA. Let's validate and remove invalid feeds. Nothing has been removed. They are all good. So let's just publish. And yeah, we have the group edit. We can see it in here. And basically, this is half of the job already done. So all we need to do now is just, for example, go into posts, add a new post. Maybe let's call it My NBA News, and all we need in here is to add a Feedzy block. Feedzy loop is the one we are looking for. From the list, let's just select the group that we've created a second ago and let's load the feed. For starters, we can pick the layout that we want for this whole display. So I'm gonna go with round, and right away we can start seeing some details appear on the page. It's already some information, but we can actually customize it. So first off, we can change the number of columns. Maybe let's go with 4, and number of items, maybe let's go with 12, so that we have even rows in here. So 12 is gonna be good. If you want to, at this stage, you can also edit your feed, change it, and so on. You can also set the image settings, meaning whether you want to show the images or not, and if you want to use the fallback image. So the fallback image is a pretty neat thing. Basically, if Feedzy cannot find an image in any of the feed items, then you can set a fallback image that's going to be used instead of the feed image. Yeah, so that's that, but this is only where the fun begins. So one of the most powerful features in here are the filters. So by default, this plugin is gonna display everything that it finds in all of those feeds, but maybe we want to filter those results, you know? So for example, given the time of the year, I can add a new condition that the title needs to contain the word final or finals, meaning we are only going to be displaying information related to NBA finals. And there we have it. Right away, the list has been filtered. Then if we want to, we can add additional query strings to our URLs. That's maybe useful if you are linking to any affiliate partners of yours, for example, but I'm gonna leave that blank for now. If you go into the advanced section, you can also assign any CSS class to those elements and even add custom additional CSS. But this is just part of what's possible. So you are seeing some preview already of, you know, what the feed is. But if I click on hide preview, I can actually tune up each individual item that's being displayed on the page. And I think that is really cool. So for example, maybe I want to actually display this image on the left and not in the center. For the title, I think that maybe a heading will be a better idea, but maybe heading level 4 for the meta, meaning the mention of the date, the author, and so on. Maybe I don't want to display it as medium size, maybe let's go with default, or maybe even small, why not? And I think that the description should be above the meta. So if we see it now, we can see that the title is much larger and that the meta of those items is much smaller and at the bottom. Still though, I think I will probably go with 3 columns, not 4, because it was just a bit too crowded, I think. However, what you can see here, those 3 elements, they are far from what's actually available. So if you go into Feedzy docs, you're gonna see that there are quite a handful of those magic tags. You know, lots and lots of stuff. But just to show you maybe how to use that, I'm gonna grab the source one, just copy it, come back and just paste it in here. And when I do that, I'm gonna see the source mentioned here at the bottom. Cool, so let's save it and let's see it. Let's see that in action. And already we can see a nice looking index that combines a couple RSS feeds on one page. In my case, 3 specific RSS feeds. But we are using WordPress here, right? So we can do lots more. For example, if I go into the image settings, I can use one of the more interesting, I think, image features in WordPress, meaning duotone. You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then, you know, you probably really don't like it, but I'm a fan of duotone, so I'm just gonna select that one. And you're not gonna see it in the preview, but if I save the page and then refresh it, all the images are gonna get this cool duotone effect. Then why not? We can go even more. Let's show the preview again. And if I go into style, I can of course change things like the background of the whole section. I can change the styles of the links. Okay, probably not too readable solution right now, but if I remove the background, then you know it starts getting more interesting and more readable. And of course, I can adjust other elements that the block editor allows us to do. So overall, pretty nice. If you view the code editor, what you're gonna realize is that this is basically just a block. This whole section right here is a block by Feedzy. Pretty cool, right? Really simple. You can combine multiple RSS feeds and display them on your pages, posts, and also in the sidebar of your site if you want to. So yeah, that is it. Let me know what you think. This again has been done all using Feedzy. Don't forget to like, subscribe. There's a lot more content coming up, and see you next time.